Well, what just happened at St James's Park, I do not know. Newcastle United have come away on the end of a 2-0 defeat to Atletico Madrid. Let's get into it. So, looking at it, this is the end of the pre-season now for Newcastle United as we go into the Premier League season next week against Aston Villa down at Villa Park on the 16th, of course, coming up. And the game today against Atletico Madrid, I mean, we went into that game today. We didn't obviously have our full strength side out. There was players, of course, like Halsey missing out of the team. Ramsdale obviously played yesterday in the Espanyol game. So the team had to be obviously split between the game yesterday against Espanyol and then the game today against Atletico Madrid. So we're obviously always going to see a few first teamers played in the Espanyol game and then a few first teamers played in this game against Atletico Madrid. We did see, however, a lineup of course, Joe Linton, Sandy, Gordon, Elanga, Ashby, Trippier, Lascelles, Botman, Livramento, Pope in goal, and then of course Barnes was in the side as well. And this is all down to the fact that, you know, the situation that is going on with Alexander Isak at the moment. Eddie has decided that, you know, he does not want to play him. The players have said as well that they do not want Isak playing. They don't like his attitude. They don't like the way he's going on with the club and his approach to the club, the fans at the club as well. So, you know, it's not great. But he has cost we in this pre-season. He really has, because we've had to go the whole of pre-season with William Masula, who I've said on many occasions, brilliant young kid, but still very raw, lots of potential there, but not quite got the ability yet to be able to direct that potential in the right direction. And he's been forced in to doing that in this pre-season, William Masula, and that's unfair on the lad. It really is, all because Alexander Isak wants to do what he's doing, which isn't right. But looking at this game, you know, we're seeing Atletico Madrid scoring 50th minute into the game. You know, first half was absolutely brilliant by Wood, but I don't know what happened in the second half. To be honest, looking at the way the goal was conceded, the first goal, Anthony Gordon just seemed to switch off a bit, and it allowed Atletico Madrid that chance to get the ball, run at goal. They got into a one-on-one sort of situation, and Alvarez just slotted it into the back of the net, basically, and that put Atletico Madrid 1-0 up into the game. 61st minute of the game, we're seeing Atletico Madrid make 11 substitutions, whilst we bring on Alfie Harrison for Harrison Ashby. We did see as well Sven Botman have to go off on the 46th minute, which Alex Murphy, Robocop, came on to replace him. Of course, for Big Bots. And then 63rd minute of the game, you know, just 2 minutes after coming on, as a substitute, Antoine Griezmann is putting another goal into the back of the net for Atletico Madrid to make it 2-0 in the game, and an assist by Alexander Soloff as well for that Griezmann goal. However, now we're in a situation where towards the back end of the game, around the 84th minute of the game, we see Anthony Gordon making a bit of a run, all of a sudden stops, and then we see him on the floor. On the replay, you can see that as he goes to run, he then holds the back of his leg, right leg, and it looks like, as we all know, in that sort of situation, it's got something to do with a hamstring, and hopefully, fingers crossed, he will not be out for a long time. He was able to get up and walk off the pitch himself, be it very gingerly off the pitch. But he did go off the pitch himself, and he went straight down the tunnel with the physio, of course, to get that looked at, and hopefully, touch wood, it is not as bad as, of course, we've seen with other teams so far in pre-season. Of course, like Madison and the other teams as well that have picked up these kinds of injuries. Hopefully it's not that, because we could do without that, to be honest, right now, especially when you look at how the team is at the moment and with what's going on, as I've mentioned already. You know, we could do without that sort of situation happening, but we pushed forward. We just couldn't break through, you know, the Atletico Madrid side, and unfortunately we lost the game today against Atletico Madrid. The first time we've lost in the Sela Cup, and the Lassers also lost in their game as well against the Atletico Madrid women, so that was two very tough losses to take today. But I mean, it was a solid test for both matches. The Lassers got a brilliant test from Atletico Madrid's feminine, and then, you know, we got a brilliant test from Atletico Madrid themselves as well. But no win in pre-season unless you count the game against Carlisle United, which was behind closed doors. So obviously, you know, the wins are something that's not really guaranteed, or not really, you know, expected at the end of the day, because it is pre-season. It's mostly about getting the fitness in the legs, but it would be nice, you know, to be able to see the lads at least get quite a few wins, you know, heading into the season, to build up that confidence, because that's really what the wins do in pre-season. It builds up that confidence going into the season, and we haven't had that many wins, of course, with only the one against Carlisle United, so it's not exactly ideal. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. I will be putting up another video on the channel as well, to talk about the recent news that's just come out, of course, about Malik 4, where, of course, there's some news on that one, so I will be putting a video up on the channel to talk about that. But let us know your thoughts, you know, down in the comments below about this game against Atletico Madrid. And I'll see you all in the next one. Hit like, share, subscribe to the channel. Farewell, lads.